On any normal workday, Nairobi's streets would be clogged with traffic, but not this morning. Kenyan police have been firing tear gas at hundreds of protesters who've been trying to get to a rally in the city centre.
In fact, we are trying to demonstrate our expression, our anger towards the announcement of the election. It was unfair, and that is what we are expressing. We don't want any violence and whatever, but this is just a peaceful demonstration.
In central Nairobi, truckloads of riot police have swamped the city. Here they're surrounding a park where protesters are expected to converge to protest against the disputed re-election of President Mwai Kibaki. Nervously, the outside world waits to see what will happen.
I believe there is a responsibility on the part of all opposition and government leaders in Kenya to call on their supporters to end the violence that's taking place.
The Secretary General reminds the government, as well as the political and religious leaders of Kenya, of their legal and moral responsibility to protect the innocent lives of people, regardless of their racial, religious, or ethnic origin.
It's important for Kenya to move beyond this. It's important for the Kenyan people and for their democracy to work within the confines of the law and constitution to find a political way forward, and most importantly, to put an end to the violence.
Opposition leader Raila Odinga claims he won the election and he won't meet President Kibaki until he concedes he lost the presidency. That's something Kibaki is unlikely to do. But the disputed result has fueled a shocking ethnic violence that has already killed 300 people. Odinga is Luo and Kibaki is Kikuyu. Humanitarian groups believe as many as 100,000 people have been displaced as they try to flee the violence. More than 5,000 have fled across the border into Uganda. Kenya's image as an island of stability in a war-ravaged region risks being shattered. Bernard Smith, Al Jazeera.
Our correspondent Mohammed Adow was with the protesters in central Nairobi when they clashed with riot police.
These young men and women are responding to the calls for public mass demonstrations called by the opposition. They've gathered here a mere 2 kilometers from the venue of the planned demonstration. They are singing patriotic songs and saying they will not go back home until they get to the venue of the planned demonstration.
Innocently, people are perishing. We voted peacefully and fair, but because of the government of Kibaki, it has destroyed the nation. We want Kibaki to step down. Let Raila take. And if Kibaki will not step down, there is no peace in this nation.
A few feet away from the protesters, the police have gathered, and there is a standoff. They're trying to disperse them, but the protesters are standing their ground and saying they will not move.
Watch out. Get out. Get this out.
The police have started dispersing the crowd. They're using water cannons, and the protesters are running for dear life. There's been a big standoff here, and the protesters who were earlier on saying they will not move have now scampered for safety. The police are in a dilemma here. They have chased these youths many times, but every time they regroup and come back, the youths are shouting slogans, singing patriotic songs, and waving twigs the way they have been directed by the leaders of the opposition who called the mass protests today.